In the year 2387, humanity had carved out a tenuous existence among the stars. Colonies sprawled across the solar system and into neighboring star systems, each world thriving under the banner of a united Earth. However, this rapid expansion came at a cost. Many alien civilizations viewed humanity's relentless quest for growth as a direct threat, a challenge to their age-old dominions. Tensions simmered on the galactic stage, and whispers of war echoed through the cosmos. On Earth, the atmosphere was electric with fear and uncertainty. News of devastating attacks on distant colonies reached every corner of the planet, painting a grim picture of humanity's precarious situation. Government leaders convened in emergency sessions, their faces drawn with worry, as they confronted the possibility that their world might be next. The reality of invasion loomed large, and the implications were dire. In a hushed meeting, the leaders contemplated the only option left: unifying humanity against a common enemy. Amidst the growing panic, Dr. Mara Lynn, a brilliant and tenacious scientist, tirelessly worked in the shadows of an underground research facility. She had spent years studying ancient texts and forgotten archives, piecing together tales of a sanctuary believed to lie hidden deep within Earth's uncharted territories. Legends spoke of a refuge where humanity's greatest innovations were safeguarded, where advanced technology could provide the key to their survival. To Mara, this sanctuary was not just a myth, it was humanity's last hope. With the situation spiraling out of control, Mara gathered a diverse team of experts: military strategists, engineers, and historians. Each member was handpicked for their skills and determination, united by a singular goal: to find the sanctuary and harness its power before it was too late. They met in a dimly lit conference room, the air thick with tension and urgency. Maps of Earth's surface displayed potential locations, each marked with the notes of those who had come before. Every piece of information felt like a breadcrumb leading them closer to salvation. As they planned their expedition, the first waves of the alien assault struck Earth. Brilliant beams of light illuminated the sky as enemy ships descended, unleashing chaos upon the cities below. The once bustling streets turned to ruins as panic ensued, and civilians fled for cover. The military scrambled to respond, but their forces were scattered and outmatched. It was clear that time was running out. Mara's team resolved to embark on their mission immediately, believing that finding the sanctuary could turn the tide of the impending invasion. They knew the journey would be fraught with danger, but the urgency of their task overshadowed their fears. The members of the team exchanged determined glances, the gravity of the moment igniting a spark of hope within them. As they set out, Mara couldn't shake the feeling that they were not just searching for a sanctuary, but a symbol of humanity's indomitable spirit. They traversed through overgrown forests and abandoned urban landscapes, the echoes of their ancestors guiding them through the remnants of civilization. Each step brought them closer to their goal, but with each passing moment, the shadows of the enemy loomed larger. The stakes had never been higher, and the gathering storm threatened to consume everything they held dear. The mission began at dawn, a fragile hope lighting the horizon as Mara and her team navigated the ruins of what was once a thriving city. Buildings lay in shambles, windows shattered, and streets littered with debris from the alien bombardment. The air was thick with the acrid smell of smoke and destruction, a haunting reminder of the enemy's brutality. Yet, amidst the devastation, the team pushed forward, driven by the knowledge that the sanctuary could be their only chance for survival. They traveled through the remains of the urban sprawl, dodging remnants of the invading forces and avoiding areas where the fighting had escalated. Every corner they turned could reveal a lurking alien patrol, and the team had to remain vigilant. Their route took them past a shattered statue that once honored peace, now standing as a stark reminder of humanity's fragility. It fueled their resolve to reach the sanctuary, a place that promised safety and technology capable of repelling the enemy. Days passed in a blur of exhaustion and tension. Mara's team encountered pockets of resistance and desperation. One evening, they stumbled upon a group of survivors barricaded in a collapsed building. The survivors, a mix of families and individuals, looked lost and weary, their faces etched with fear. Mara approached them, her heart aching at the sight. "We're looking for a sanctuary," she explained. "A hidden place that might have the power to fight back against the aliens. We can't do this without you." Some of the survivors scoffed, their disbelief palpable, while others clung to hope like a lifeline. A young woman named Ilara stepped forward, her determination shining through her fear. "I know the stories. My grandmother spoke of a hidden place deep in the mountains. If it's real, we might just stand a chance." With Ilara's guidance, the team had a new lead. They quickly integrated the survivors into their ranks, sharing resources and knowledge. It was a precarious alliance, one forged in desperation, but Mara felt a sense of unity forming among them. Together, they were stronger. As they trekked into the mountains, the terrain became treacherous, but the urgency to reach the sanctuary propelled them onward. The group faced challenges that tested their limits: sudden storms, rocky cliffs, and the constant threat of enemy patrols. During one particularly harrowing night, they were ambushed by a squadron of alien soldiers. A chaotic battle erupted, with the team using improvised weapons in their surroundings to fight back. Adrenaline surged as they outmaneuvered the attackers, and in that moment of desperation, they realized their potential to unite and resist. Finally, after days of grueling travel, they reached a hidden valley shrouded in mist. The entrance to the sanctuary loomed before them, an ancient stone archway covered in vines and moss. The air crackled with energy, as if the very earth recognized the significance of what lay beyond. Mara felt a sense of destiny enveloping them as they stepped through the archway, leaving the chaos of the outside world behind. Inside, the sanctuary was a breathtaking expanse filled with artifacts of a forgotten era. Gleaming machinery pulsed with dormant power, casting eerie shadows against the walls. The scent of old technology hung heavy in the air, mixed with the fragrance of ancient wood and stone. As the team spread out, awe washed over them. This was not merely a refuge. It was a treasure trove of humanity's greatest innovations. But even in this sacred place, the specter of the invading forces loomed large. Time was running short. They needed to unlock the sanctuary's secrets and awaken its guardians before the coalition of aliens discovered their location. Each moment brought them closer to a reckoning that would determine humanity's fate in the hostile universe. As the team stepped deeper into the sanctuary, they were greeted by the sight of colossal machinery and holographic displays, remnants of a civilization long past. The vast chamber was dimly lit, illuminated only by the soft glow of dormant consoles. Dust danced in the air, settling on surfaces that had not been touched for centuries. Mara felt a wave of reverence wash over her, knowing they stood on hallowed ground, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and resilience. Ilara led the way, her eyes wide with wonder as she pointed out various artifacts that hinted at the sanctuary's purpose. "These must be the systems designed to protect us," she exclaimed, her voice echoing softly. "We have to activate them." Mara nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. They needed to find a way to bring the sanctuary's technology back to life. The team's engineers quickly set to work, examining the ancient consoles for any signs of functionality. After a few tense moments, one of them, a tech-savvy engineer named Raj, found a flickering interface. He carefully began to decipher the complex alien language that adorned the screens, a blend of symbols and diagrams that spoke of power sources and activation protocols. As Raj worked, Mara explored the vast chamber, her heart racing with anticipation. She couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone. In the back of her mind, a whisper of caution urged her to remain vigilant. The sanctuary held secrets, but it also bore the weight of history, and with it, the potential for danger. Hours passed as the team delved into the intricacies of the sanctuary's systems. With each step, they began to unlock the sanctuary's capabilities. Raj finally discovered a central core that pulsated with energy, its rhythmic thrum resonating through the air. "This is it," he said, excitement evident in his voice. "This core is the heart of the sanctuary. If we can awaken it, we might be able to power the defenses and activate the Guardians." Mara and the others gathered around as Raj worked to connect various interfaces. The air crackled with anticipation, but beneath that excitement lay a tension born from the knowledge that they were racing against time. Outside, the invading forces were likely still searching for them, and any moment could bring renewed danger. Finally, with a triumphant flourish, Raj completed the last connection. The core emitted a blinding light, casting sharp shadows across the chamber. The walls vibrated as the machinery came to life, awakening systems that had lain dormant for centuries. Holographic projections of towering robotic guardians materialized before them, their sleek forms exuding power and purpose. Mara's breath caught in her throat as the guardians turned their attention to the team. "We are the protectors," one of the guardians intoned, its voice a resonant echo that filled the chamber. "We exist to safeguard humanity. You have awakened us from slumber." The team exchanged looks of astonishment and relief. This was the moment they had hoped for. The Guardians were real and ready to assist them. Yet Mara felt a flicker of doubt. Would they truly follow the commands of the humans who had revived them, or would their programming lead them to act in ways they could not predict? Determined to prove their worth, Mara stepped forward. "We need your help. Our world is under attack, and we seek to defend it against the alien coalition that threatens our existence. Together, we can fight back and reclaim our future." The Guardians assessed her words, their sensors scanning the team with an intensity that made Mara's heart race. Finally, the lead Guardian nodded. "We will serve. We will learn from you as you learn from us. Together, we will face the storm." With that, a bond was forged between humanity and the Guardians, a partnership that promised to bring strength to their fight. As the team strategized their next moves, hope ignited within them. They were no longer just survivors, they were warriors, ready to awaken the full potential of the sanctuary and reclaim their world from the clutches of darkness. Time was running short, but they had the Guardians by their side, and for the first time since the invasion began, they believed victory was within reach. With the Guardians fully activated, Mara and her team began to strategize their next move. They had a powerful advantage in the Sanctuary's technology and the Guardians' formidable combat capabilities. In a secure chamber, they spread out holographic maps of Earth, highlighting the locations of the alien forces that had been reported. The team's morale surged, bolstered by the knowledge that they were no longer alone in their fight. Mara looked around the room, her eyes locking on Alara, Raj, and the rest of the team. "We need to disrupt the enemy's supply lines and communication networks," she said, her voice firm. "If we can hit them where it hurts, we might just weaken their hold on our planet." The team quickly developed a plan. They would launch a series of coordinated strikes on key enemy outposts, using the Guardians as the spearhead of their assault. Each member of the team would have a specific role, from technical support to frontline fighters. As they prepared, the weight of their mission pressed down on them, but excitement crackled in the air. They were no longer running in fear, they were ready to take back their world. The next day, they set out in the Sanctuary's newly reactivated starship, sleek and powerful, its systems humming with energy. As they soared above the ruins of what once was, the team felt a renewed sense of purpose. The sun broke through the clouds, illuminating their path like a beacon of hope. Their first target was a supply depot situated on the outskirts of a once thriving city now in ruins. As they approached, the team initiated a stealth mode, making the starship nearly invisible to enemy sensors. Mara's heart raced with anticipation as they neared the target. They had to time their strikes perfectly. Any miscalculation could alert the entire coalition to their presence. The Guardians, standing tall and imposing, prepared for the assault. Initiating the infiltration sequence, one Guardian announced, its voice steady and calm. As the ship touched down silently behind the depot, the team moved quickly, disembarking and fanning out to assess the situation. Ilara and Raj worked to hack into the enemy's security systems, disabling alarms and cameras while the Guardians took position. Tension filled the air as the team positioned themselves, ready to strike. Mara signaled for silence, her eyes darting to the shadows. She could hear the faint sounds of alien soldiers moving around, oblivious to the danger that lurked just outside their stronghold. With a nod from Raj, the team launched their assault. The Guardians advanced first, their combat programming activated. They charged through the entrance, overpowering the alien guards in a flurry of precision and power. Mara and her team followed closely, providing cover fire and supporting the Guardians as they dispatched enemies with efficiency. The chaos of battle erupted, blasters firing, and the air filled with shouts and the thud of bodies hitting the ground. Mara felt the adrenaline surging through her veins as she fired her weapon alongside the Guardians, a mixture of fear and exhilaration driving her forward. They fought like a well-oiled machine, a fusion of humanity and advanced technology. Within minutes, they had secured the depot. Raj quickly accessed the enemy's communication system, broadcasting a message across the airwaves. "This is Earth's last stand. We will not be defeated." The message rippled through enemy ranks, creating confusion and fear. The coalition was beginning to realize that humanity was fighting back, and it rattled their confidence. Emboldened by their success, the team prepared for their next target, a communication relay that, if destroyed, would sever the alien forces' coordination. They could sense the tide turning, a new fire igniting in the hearts of humanity. With every victory, the Guardians stood by their side, proving that Earth was not just a sanctuary, but a rally point for hope. As they left the depot, Mara felt a new sense of determination. The Guardians were not merely machines. They were partners in a struggle that had ignited a flame of resistance across the war-torn world. United, they would fight to reclaim their home, ready to face whatever the enemy threw at them. The counterstrike had only just begun. The days that followed the counterstrike were a whirlwind of action and strategy. With each successful mission, humanity's resistance gained momentum, rallying fighters and survivors from across the battered planet. Mara and her team worked tirelessly, coordinating efforts with the Guardians and communicating with pockets of resistance that had sprung up in the aftermath of their initial assaults. The tide of battle had shifted, but they knew the war was far from over. The coalition, now aware of humanity's resurgence, prepared for a massive retaliation. Reports flooded in of a colossal alien warship on its way to Earth, led by a warlord known for his ruthlessness and cunning. It was a formidable foe, and the stakes had never been higher. The warlord aimed to crush the rebellion before it could gain further strength, intending to demonstrate the futility of human resistance. Mara gathered her team in the sanctuary's command center, the atmosphere tense with anticipation. The walls buzzed with holographic displays showcasing the latest intelligence. "We have one chance to turn the tide before the warlord arrives," she began, addressing her team. "We need to strike at the heart of their command ship and disrupt their fleet before they reach Earth. If we can take down their communications and defenses, we might stand a chance." The team nodded in agreement, their expressions resolute. They understood the gravity of the mission ahead. Ilara spoke up, her voice steady despite the fear lurking beneath. "We've come this far. We've faced overwhelming odds and emerged stronger. We can do this." With a plan in place, they boarded the starship, the Guardians taking their positions alongside the team. As they soared into the dark expanse of space, tension and hope intertwined. They were not just fighting for survival, they were fighting for the future of humanity. When they reached the alien warship, the sight was breathtaking and terrifying. It loomed large against the backdrop of distant stars, a fortress of darkness bristling with weapons and the scars of countless battles. Mara's heart raced as they approached, her instincts sharp with adrenaline. Stealth mode engaged, Raj announced as the ship glided closer. They moved silently through the void, inching toward the warship's vulnerable underbelly. The Guardians prepared for the imminent confrontation, their sensors scanning for enemy movement. Suddenly, alarms blared, and the ship shuddered under enemy fire. The Coalition had detected their presence. "We need to breach the hull," Mara shouted, adrenaline pumping through her veins. The Guardians surged forward, powerful and resolute. They blasted through the defenses, creating an opening for the team to enter. Inside the warship, chaos erupted. The alien soldiers rushed to defend their command center, but Mara and her team fought fiercely, their resolve bolstered by the Guardians' strength. Holographic displays flickered as they moved through the labyrinthine corridors, each step taking them closer to their objective. They reached the command center, where the warlord awaited, flanked by his elite guards. The atmosphere was thick with tension as Mara stepped forward. "We are here to reclaim our home," she declared, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her. The warlord laughed, a cold, mocking sound. "You think you can defeat me? You are mere insects to be crushed." With a roar, the Guardians charged, engaging the warlord's guards in a fierce battle. Blasters fired, and the room erupted into chaos. Mara and her team fought alongside the Guardians, determination propelling them forward. The tide of battle surged and ebbed, each side clashing with relentless fury. In the heat of combat, Mara spotted an opportunity. She darted toward the warlord, dodging blasts and maneuvering through the fray. With a surge of adrenaline, she faced him directly, the weight of humanity's hopes resting on her shoulders. As they fought, it became clear that the warlord underestimated the strength of human spirit. Mara's determination ignited a fire within her team, pushing them to fight harder, inspired by the knowledge that their lives and futures were at stake. In a final desperate move, Mara rallied the Guardians and her team for one last push. Together, they overwhelmed the warlord, driving him back. With one decisive strike, they defeated him, and the warlord fell, his reign of terror shattered. As the warship began to implode under the damage, Mara and her team raced back to the starship, the echoes of their victory resonating within them. They'd faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious, but their fight was not over. Earth still needed them. As they escaped into the depths of space, a sense of hope filled the air. Humanity had fought back against a formidable enemy, and the sanctuary had been awakened. They were ready to defend their home and stand united against the challenges ahead, for the future of Earth belonged to those who dared to fight for it.